Sweat. Are we good?
You're good, buddy.
In 3, 2. Sweat Equity Podcast.
We'll do it live.
A Wayne's World reference? Nothing? I'm your host, Lyle Smith. Sitting here with me is Eric Redinger.
Yeah.
As always, and we got Polly the dog on the ground in case you hear any barking or tail wagging that fucks this thing up. We're doing this live on our Facebook page. Feel free to ask any questions as we do this live. We like to entertain. We like to answer all. I've got a mailbag of stuff ready to go over. But first, you want to help out this podcast? Share it with a friend, with a loved one. Tell them about the hashtag ROI, the girthy ROI. Tell them that to be a good entrepreneur, you got to give first to get. That's hashtag 69B2B. You give us a review, we'll give your brand a review online. You get double time of that. Eric and I will business-like 69 your business review online. 5-star.
Give me money. Money me.
If you can't share this podcast because
Money now.
we like dick jokes in the entrepreneurial pragmatic advice spirit, what you can do is go to our sponsors. TryGrasshopper.com/sweat. Get $50 off a business phone line. It's an app, goes right on your phone. You don't have to be a drug dealer with 2 cell phones anymore. You don't need Google Voice because you sound like a jabroni with your business or brand when people call business and it hits a Google Voice. What? TryGrasshopper.com/sweat. Get $50 off. I've got it on my phone. We try every one of these sponsors out. We couldn't promote it unless we use them. Like, go freshbooks.com/sweat. Look, I am the worst about books, accounting. I hate it. It's my least favorite thing of all time. But go freshbooks.com/sweat. Gonna make it easy on you. You're gonna get a discount. We get a little kickback. It's you get that direct deposit the next day that QuickBooks and Xero do not do.
6 months from now, when you get around to it, it's going to be so easy.
Dude, when you have cash flow problems and that shit doesn't come in, they'll be like, oh, well, arbitrarily, we're just going to hold it in purgatory for
we don't feel like
4
pushing
days.
the button on our end
Right.
yet. So
Or
just
your bank's doing
wait.
it. And by the time you figure it out that it's us, it'll be there in 5 days.
Yeah.
5 business days. Oh, go freshbooks.com/sweat. Do your accounting, do your invoicing. You can do your expenses. You can do it, all that nerd accounting stuff. Your CPA can get in there with a little permission too. That's nice. WarbyParkerTrial.com/sweat. I'm wearing Warby Parker glasses as we do this on Facebook Live. It'll probably be on YouTube, Vimeo later. These are prescription glasses. I only got them to look smart in meetings. That's it. But
Still doesn't work.
it doesn't work, but it helps. It's a marginal help because people want to hire a nerd in the digital community, I think. You can't wear the bow nose shirt because that's a tell that you're a dork.
Yeah.
And play video games and whatnot, but WarbyParkerTrial.com/sweat. You're probably seeing Warby Parker shops pop up in your major metropolitan city now. They're a disruptor. Don't pay $300 to $700. My dad told me he paid $700 for his prescription sunglasses. And they look cool for him. Like, they're cool old Mad Mini style.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, Dad, you know.
You're going to sit on those shits.
I know. And I was like, you have, it may have been $600, maybe $500. It was way too much. Look, mine are $95. You get inflated costs because there's one company that owns 97% of the eyeglass wear market.
Yeah.
Warby Parker's that disruptor. We love them. Get 5 free pairs to try on, prescription glasses and sunglasses. WarbyParkerTrial.com/sweat. And last but not least, Roan Apparel. Roan is high-end workout gear. You think of your Nike Pro Combat, but you want it to be in an upper area. You want it to be Wall Street cool.
Yeah, you want to be better than those people, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. Try Roan.com/sweat. Roan, RHONE. Try Roan.com/sweat. That'll give you the hookup. That gives us a little kickback. Holler if you hear me. Are you ready to get this thing going? Hotty toddy!
What about my sweat equity?
Hotty toddy twice, because I forgot last time.
Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity.
I ran rest.
What about my sweat equity?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
that'll
Do
never,
it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
People getting really angry is just always going to be funny.
Old white men get
Will Ferrell's really
nothing
cornered that
funnier.
market, but goddamn, dude, just people when they're genuinely mad.
Oh yeah.
Fucking thing sucks.
I like going to this park every Saturday that it's still near the hood. They're trying to what do you call it? Gentrify it, whatever that word is.
Right.
They're trying to get the hood out of this neighborhood, but it's like it's me and like people watch the moms that are like getting angry at each other. Like
oh yeah.
like
Over
the
whatever.
suburban like there's
Yeah.
ghetto moms here.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Can you believe she put the poop in that trash
Dude,
can and on the other one?
I was thinking about it. There's no way I haven't seen a World Star Hip Hop video in front of my eyes. Someone filmed it, I'm sure. But every third time I'm there, there's like a fight breaks out between the moms. I love it. But that's my favorite. I just want to be an observer. I want to be around chaos. I don't want to be in it.
Yeah. I mean,
My favorite comedy shows are the ones where it's just like, you can tell the audience is just fucking out of their mind. And it, not even in a drunk way. Like, you just have this weird, like, audiences will
not
kind of
knowing what's coming.
galvanize in a weird way of like almost one personality in one way.
Oh yeah.
And you're just like, what's wrong with you guys? This is a Sunday show. It's
I'm
7.
funny.
No, but
I'm funny,
not even
though.
that. It'll be just like almost everybody sounds delirious. Like sometimes it's weird how it can happen all in sync kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I love that. That's my favorite kind of show because I'm like, what did everybody like do whippets like right before I got on stage? 'Cause
Gas leak.
they're like, So yeah, man. What's going on? What are you working on? Anything fun? Anything to talk about?
There's a couple websites I'm working on and things, and you know, I didn't actually tell you this.
Hey, Squarespace, hook us up with a goddamn
I
promo
know.
code.
Squarespace.
What can I
The
do to
500
camera? If I remember,
Yes.
hey, Squarespace, can you give us promo code? We've made 130 plus websites
Or else.
in the last 4 years. We're the podcast people that could promote you that actually make the sites for
Yes.
people. Can we get a hookup for our fans of this show and our clients? Thank you.
You're welcome.
You said you're welcome for them?
Yes.
I'm going to share this. Go ahead, as you were saying.
I started studying for my certified strength and conditioning specialist certification again. Which has been
Again,
now lapsed for 10 years probably.
I always forget you have that. I know. I always just think you're just into that stuff.
Right.
My default, right? Like,
yeah.
because to get to that, at one point you just kind of had to be into it. But I'm saying, like,
Sure.
what? So what does that entail?
It's like $500 to take the exam. You got to study a big old textbook. It's not bad. It's neat of a refreshing. It's a lot of bullshit that I don't remember that like doesn't ever come into play in real life. You know that.
Is it like a realtor class where you just have to just sit through it, just get through it,
Yeah,
and do
there's-
continuing education like every 2 years? or
Well, I mean,
whatever?
there's probably I don't know.
We're so
30% of it that doesn't ever really translate over unless you like are working with a sports science institute or some shit. You know, like it.
What happened with that guy that used to be on SportsCenter all the time? They're like, sports science. We're
we-
now into this.
He produces over 11,000 pounds. Okay, well, we
Yeah.
don't know what that means. So
I
just
don't
'cause
know
you
what
make
the fuck a
right.
PSI of a defensive tackle
I know,
is.
they-
Fuck.
4.2 million newtons of force. It's like it just that doesn't tell me.
I don't know what a joule is, man.
Right.
Okay, unless it's the vape, Tampa Bay vapes.
But yeah, the test is coming up, so I've been refreshing on it. I just figure if I'm going to be talking wellness and whatnot, if I ever do this podcast, the incremental again, I should at least have some certification behind it again.
Well, once we get our new studio home, I'm sure we're gonna get. I really feel that that's gonna be a good time for both of us to go. Okay, this is a good time to revamp. I'm kind of excited about it because
Yeah.
you need like a fun jolt. It's not fun where you're going. We should just rebrand or brand enhancement to do it, or do a strategy just to do it. I think we got to have something that's a fun momentum thing for both of us for the show. And lately, look, I've been a bag of shit. I was supposed to be over here Saturday night. Totally forgot.
Yeah, you bag of shit.
Yeah. I
The
forgot
one
it was
time-
during the Auburn Georgia game, which, when they lose by like, they almost made a comeback and then they lose. I'm like, God damn it. I wasted that time. I should have. And I was too inebriated at that point. by the
Well,
time
I
got
had
home.
finally got John Paul over here to produce. He was ready to do it.
Ah, I
And then you
know.
shit
I
the
feel
bed.
bad, but we don't need them,
And now,
right? You can do both.
yeah, I can. Great.
Look at
I'm
you.
just saying.
You're like that cartoon guy that plays all the instruments at once.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm. Prince.
Dick Van Dyke in movie Mary Poppins.
I need some help. How about this? Before I get to that, speaking of PSI, one thing I always forget about, here's something super pragmatic, super dad boring, probably to a lot of people, but I hear a lot of people still bitch about gas for their car. Like, look, I get it. It's an expense. I think it's 1 or 2% of your total income a year. If I remember Ben Stein doing a talk at my old company back in the day. And we talk about it a lot, except it's not as if we just like to bitch about it, right? But we don't really do the other things that we could do to be more fuel efficient. Here's 2 things, real pragmatic. I haven't brought it up on the show in a while. You can do your tire pressure. If your tires are low, you have to exert more energy.
Yeah.
And it's just not safe. That's the other thing too.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a super dad dork boner, like I measure my lawn with a ruler kind of dad shit, right?
Yeah.
But those are those pragmatic things that's like, okay, what does that really take? It takes a monthly reminder, maybe every 3 weeks in your iCal or whatever it is. Set a reminder next time you get gas. Just you go to Wawa, you get the air for free.
Yeah, I mean, most new cars though have that digital like tire pressure readout. Like very few cars nowadays don't have at least.
I'm not talking. Oh, you're talking about the actual spigot thing?
No, I'm saying like when you if you have a newer car, it'll say even if it doesn't show the little tires and their individual pressures, it'll at least give you a low tire pressure warning sort of thing. Like,
yeah,
that
I think every car after
the
like
PSI
2002 now probably does that.
That's kind of gonna go away.
But I've got
Half pragmatic.
I've got a shitty like old Yukon that those things don't work anymore. Like all the electrical stuff just crosses over now.
Yeah.
Like I put down my window and then the light turns on and it's like
That's fun though.
That's cool.
Yeah.
My car shut off just at one point, just for no reason when I hit a bump, and they're like, "We fixed it," and they didn't. And I was like, "You're like, oh fuck, I forgot what power steering is so crucial because I'd be going and be like, oh."
Oh my god, that's scary.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. I'd say it's right up there with like fishtailing when it's slick out and you have shitty tires. You're like, oh,
I'd say that's scarier, but still,
they're both. It's an out of control feeling for both.
Yeah. You can at least slow down when your power steering goes out.
Well, yeah, except if you're turning and you don't know what's going out and you don't know what's going on for a fourth of a second.
Oh yeah, you'll probably drive into traffic.
Right, you can drive right into like the lane that's about to turn left and shit. Yeah, it got pretty cool. I got it fixed, no big deal. But what I was gonna say is, right before I came over, I had like 20 minutes. I got here early actually, and I was like, I'm gonna do a dad. I'm gonna go gas up because when I leave here, I don't have to do it after. But I was like, when's the last time I did the tires? Sure enough, one of them's 33 out of 50 PSI.
Jesus.
That's fucking
You were
bad.
just driving around
That's
like
bad.
that, like an idiot.
Like an idiot. So there's that. Here's the other one. Taking shit out of your car is going to help. And look, I'm not telling this to a lot of people that know this shit. I'm telling the people that are the people that I used to be the person that had all this crap in my car all the time.
Yeah.
And just like people look in your car, you're like, oh, sorry.
Well, we do have a good bit of like younger, 20s entrepreneurs who like are trying to figure out their own business.
You
Their
got that
car
Civic.
they don't care.
You got that Civic, man. Just like you don't have to be like this is the best Civic of all time, but I'm saying like get all the trash out of there. Maybe every other day.
That was my dad's. He loves talking about it because he used to manage people and just be like, "Oh, he used to look at their car. Was it a shithole?" It was like,
it's a window into their life a bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
same
like,
with
quit
people.
being an old man, but he's kind of right.
But he can't go to
Nobody
their
tell
house
him.
because the house is be better example too, right? If your house is crazy, you're probably crazy.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's all just
Not meaning like you're not a good person, just like you could have scattered thoughts, and that might not be the best person to be your project manager.
Yeah.
Right.
It's organization.
If you have someone that has like our friend of the program, David Weingarten, where I tell him like he's got OCD, but I'm like, hey, some of that's pretty good because you're goddamn on it with you're the cleanest guy I know.
Yeah.
And like if you got a home improvement project, you're knocking that shit out.
Yeah.
you need to hide wires for the TV you're gonna hang, and you're gonna put them all the way to the bottom. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. And so it's
I
like,
can do that.
well, you can do it now, but I'm saying like this is back in the day. I'm just like, that's good OCD. Where he's like, now if he can't sleep because it's not done, that's when it gets
Right,
bad.
yeah.
So I would say those are two really practical things that people don't think about. And this is gonna sound. I know I'm really woke. I'm probably the wokest comedian and podcaster out there, but so woke, so fucking woke.
Yes.
That I feel like that's almost like a pragmatic advice for women I know, because they don't think about tire pressure.
Yeah.
It's like when I gave all the women in my family tile keychains. And I go, so I used to
a
do
nice
a thing.
little passive aggressive insult.
I know,
for
man.
everybody.
Well, here's what I used to do. I used to tell everybody, I'm going to give everybody in my family a gift they want, and I'm going to give them a gift I want them to have.
Yeah.
But I tell them straight up, that's what I want to do every year.
Oh, don't tell them.
No, I don't want to be passive aggressive. I just want to be straight up. Hey, I think this is
They're
a really
still getting it. It's still a passive aggressive move. Well, I guess it's just
no.
aggressive.
Part of being passive aggressive for that would be like not addressing that. Like, hey, this is something I see as a problem. I have it
Right.
too.
Aggressive.
Yeah, just straight up aggressive, just
Yeah.
straight up annoying.
Got it.
I'm called Mr. Know-It-All in our family anyway, so fuck it. Which I always
I
saw
got
as
a
a good
feeling
thing.
there's a little bit of sarcasm there.
Oh yeah, But I'm always like, look. I'm gonna spin that as a compliment in my head for the
How do we
last
fix
20
this?
years.
We should call Mr. Know-It-All.
Well, hey, Brainiac, fucking, you're so smart. Damn it, like
Your
you know
glasses on?
things and shit.
Wait, does he have his glasses on? I don't want him over.
Are
He
those
doesn't have
fake
his
glasses? Look, I have it on, but I have it on my keys, so it's not. I don't think it's passive aggressive. If I didn't have it on my keys, the tile, tile is that tracker, Bluetooth tracker. Look, I lose my keys every 3 years or so, or something like that, and that's helped me out. It's what, $60 for 4 of them. You put them on keychains. You never is it the end all be all to not losing stuff? No, but I put one in my man purse with my laptop in it.
Mm-hmm.
They have sticker ones now that you can put on, like, if you want to put it on the bottom of the laptop or on the bottom of your bike. Because I've had my bike
yeah.
stolen a shit ton, and I found it.
Really?
Yeah.
With a tile?
Mm-hmm.
What a weird day that must have been for you.
It looked like someone tried to steal it and then was like, this thing sucks, and then just left it. Because it did suck.
So did you go by foot or were you in a car?
It was when we were in the office in Ybor City. If people are outside the area, that's like the little Bourbon Street area, party area. We used to have an office there. Studio was there. I would tie it to the tree because I live like a mile away. So I just bike over sometimes, and then it gets stolen twice. That's shame on me. Even with the kryptonite lock and shit.
How'd they get through it?
I don't see that
Salt
part.
the tree down.
Yeah. But I'm gonna ask our audience for help. If anybody knows how to encrypt Nest camera or Ring doorbell, was thinking about that. Was asked about that. I don't know how to do it on my own. I'm gonna hit up my friend of the program, Nate Sinal from Scout, who's a Apple certified B2B consultant. Maybe he might know. I don't know any. I did a search. I couldn't find anything that was helpful.
Yeah, that sounds like you would need some access to some software that you don't.
It sounds harder, but I bet it's doable because I know Nest had a bunch of stuff go down where people can hack into it pretty easily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, the obvious thing is change your passwords every month.
Every hour on the hour.
Yeah. Just that's all you do. You buy Nest cameras and you just change your password.
Mhm.
That's your life now.
That's your life.
LinkedIn Live. We still don't know how to do it.
Tell us.
Who can we grease at LinkedIn to get us passed through? I don't know. Look, I see worse things on there. I see Gary Vaynerchuk talking about TikTok, and our goddamn intern Joseph is sharing it, and I'm like, no, dude, you don't like TikTok. Don't tell me you like TikTok.
What is supposed to be good about it? How shitty the video always is?
So, people like lip syncing.
Right.
Now, I love the podcast Your Mom's House. If you ever watch that podcast, Christina P., Tom Segura, Christina P. Procures the craziest people on TikTok. She calls them TikTarded. And there is some weird juggalo stuff going on there. There's some some people that
There it is.
do like act outs of like monologues, but you don't know they're doing it because it's like just a quick clip. It's like where Vine people went.
How long are the clips?
I think they could be like a minute,
I'm not getting into
but
it.
you're not. We're 35-year-old men.
Right.
If we were really into TikTok, that would be bad,
Yeah.
right? Now we'll probably have this podcast push out there. We'll probably eat crow and like
Chop it up into.
we'll have to put it out
33
there
little
like
minutes.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Like we got to get on Twitch, man. We're on Roku, but we're not on Twitch. I don't know
No.
if we should be on there. TikTok, from what I understood, was like it was called Musically, so musical.ly, and it was people lip syncing to like famous songs and stuff because we need more of that,
Yeah.
right?
Sounds awesome.
And then now it's kind of got that Vine vibe. There's like people that are stars on TikTok.
Really?
But when our 40-year-old intern Joseph, I don't know how old he is. I just like open his age.
He could
every
also
time.
be 19.
Who knows?
We're not asking.
Whatever
you,
he
Joseph.
is doesn't crack.
No. Right.
Yeah. His last name.
You
ends,
look good, buddy.
His last name ends in a Z, so it was just who knows.
No, all rules are
Who
out.
knows? You could be a Dominican baseball player. I don't know. Anyway.
Mongolian
Yeah.
beef farmer.
Yeah. We'll have to get Joseph on to defend himself because it's not fair. But I'm saying like
Defend his heritage.
and his TikTokness. But I gave him shit. I just said no in a comment on LinkedIn. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And no to Gary V. Gary V pushing TikTok. He probably owns part of it.
Right. Anything he's pushing at this point.
And when is his star kind of going down? Because people have to see through the motivation part. Like motivation's good, but his advice isn't super great for a lot of people that don't have like natural cocaine like he does.
Right.
Right? He's like, bro, you gotta get it. You gotta get it going. You gotta get on
gotta- yeah.
TikTok. You gotta make a following, and then you get that following, you monetize it, and
Yeah.
then you go to the dollar store, you buy a bunch of things, sell it on eBay. $8 for a thing you bought for $1.
Yeah.
Boom. That's how you do it. $500. Perfect. And you're like, I don't think that works.
Yeah. I don't believe you.
I think the time spent and the shipping of boxes and shit. Anyway,
Gary.
what was the other thing? Fuck. But
We
yeah,
started talking about LinkedIn Live.
LinkedIn Live. Yeah, and then we
Like,
kind
got to
of.
figure out how to get on. Got to hit.
I
up-
know our buddy Rob Cressy can do it. I saw my friend Jay Azzarelli, who doesn't. I don't even think he really does his account.
Oh yeah, Ted Catholic.
Yeah, but I think he has LinkedIn Live. And I'm
What?
like, and
Oh,
I
we'll holler.
I remember talking to he's head of a construction company or something or
Yeah.
asphalt or something like that. But I'm like, what? How'd you get that? I need
Abraham LinkedIn. Let us on live.
Abraham LinkedIn. Hey, if you're watching on Facebook Live, we can see who's joining. I like it. I love you. Feel free to add any questions as we're going along. We'll try to answer them as we're going. And if you want to see us do this live, like our
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
like our Facebook page. And look, Facebook's not dying no matter how many people tell me it is.
Hmm.
It's not dying. It's just not.
Okay.
How many people that are like 25 or younger are like, ew, Facebook? And I'm like, I bet you're on it, bitch. I bet you're on it.
Well, I have to for my family.
Right.
Yeah.
They've basically been like, you have to have an email account.
Yeah.
Like all kids still have an email account because
Yeah.
you need one to sign up for shit.
Yeah. I've already got email accounts for my kids.
Oh, did you do the thing where you got their names on Gmail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we did it for the first kid, not the second kid.
Actually, I think I did the same.
Because they're going to be like, what the fuck's Gmail by the time they give a
Yeah.
shit.
What's email?
Well,
Can't
yeah.
you just send it to my Neuralink?
Everything will be like Slack or Workplace by Facebook or Snapchat direct message.
Mm-hmm.
And so TikTok to me, that's the new Snapchat.
Okay.
Like it's meteoric rise right now, but I don't
it'll
think
only
it has.
it'll only have a certain market share. Like
Right.
I never got into Snapchat. I was just like, what?
It was too narrow.
All the work I do goes away then.
It was too narrow of a feature, right? And it was
Yeah.
like also it was like that I have to direct message a bunch of people. Fuck that. I don't want to do texting. I don't want to text anymore.
I don't
just
want to
period.
communicate at all.
Right. I
I
just
want my cave. Roll that rock in front of it. And leave me alone.
yeah.
Nah.
Another Christian reference. 2 shows in a row.
I'm obsessed.
Then he opened the cave. He
Yeah.
moved the boulder, and
then I will rise.
a dove ascended.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the Easter story, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. We were talking a little bit ago about we had Alex Abel from Lunchpool on a couple episodes ago, and he actually followed up that day and told me how to export all the people you've emailed in your Gmail account. So here's
hot fire advice.
super pragmatic.
Everybody listening?
Why is
Ready
this
to
important?
find out
Let's
how
go.
to
Let's go
export
this
your
way.
Gmail contacts?
Why is this important? Why is getting a list of emails important?
I don't know.
Email's still number one way to market online, whether you believe it or not. Because a lot of people go, "Well, I don't read them." Well, you might not be the one that reads them all, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have someone's email. We just kind of went over it. We kind of glossed over it. To do a lot of things outside of your email account, you need an email account.
Yeah.
To sign up for almost everything, your bills, like you pay everything.
It's
you
kind
need
of like
an
your
email.
online baseline requirement.
Right.
Sort of thing.
So the reliability of that contact is better than any social media. It's better than anything. It's better than probably a text in a lot of ways. If you have someone's phone number, if you're a bar and do the text thing, that works. But for the most part, email's the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're doing your own side hustle, I always tell everybody, you got to get your MailChimp going. It's free for 2,000 subscribers. So it's free. And if you have a Squarespace site, I think it's like, I don't know, maybe the same.
I don't. I
We
haven't
haven't fucked
actually
with it
messed-
yet.
Right. Yeah. I haven't messed with it.
Well, I've been
Squarespace, give us a sponsorship.
I've been organizing I've been reorganizing an email list. Try to do it like once a year just to scrub some of it and add people that I forgot. And then you used to be able to just export from Gmail, and anybody that pops up predictively, when you're writing an email, it's like you've emailed with that person once before, and now it's like their name pops up when you type in the email. You used to be able to just export from there. Alex figured out how to do it, because now you don't need Google. It's a workaround. So you got to go to contacts.google.com and then go to other /other.
Uh-huh.
It's going to bring up Google Contacts. There you go. Bam. Here's everybody in that predictive. You see it as proof? Now, look, there's going to be like people like your GoDaddy customer service and shit that you don't need in there. You can scrub that later. What I'm saying is go over to, you got to hover over the top one where there's a little checkbox going to appear. Look, stay with me. I know you're almost asleep. Look, you check that box of some contact. At the top, you're going to be able to hit all of them. There's going to be a drop down to hit everybody. Then on the left-hand side, export, boom. I got 1,700 new emails. Look, that's powerful, man. We need it for this show, for sure.
Yes.
I've been lazy about our email marketing game, partly because I was like, I need to figure this out, and this helped me a lot. I've got a bunch of Gmail accounts, either my personal or, G Suite for business.
Use them to sign into porn websites. Have throwaways.
Well, the burner one's different. That's Yahoo. That's what, because I need one for fantasy, but I also need a burner one for those things, you know, buying arms online.
Yeah. I was going to say, like the terrorists.
Well, let's not give away all our secrets. But I'm saying, like, look, your email list is important. Anybody trying to do their own brand, trying to do their own side hustle, an entrepreneurial endeavor, you need a newsletter, but don't call it a fucking newsletter because no one will open it. You have to find an intriguing subject line. You need to find a way. You need to find a reason to talk to people. That's why creating content is so important. To keep top of mind is so much of marketing. And that's why, like, an email list is still the number one digital marketing tactic. Beats because all ads are trying to do is we're trying to get you as a lead to buy something.
Email allows you to give them something.
And organic
There's a
SEO
blog
shit, we're
post.
just trying to get your email that way too,
Right, well,
or phone number.
But the email, you can at least provide them with a little bit of information that might be helpful to them. It's a matter of just not.
Yeah, don't just be
stealing
like,
their info.
hey, here's a picture from
Here's a link to a
Instagram.
thing.
But I tell you what, if it's a choice between not pushing something out once a month and just taking a screen grab of a photo of something you did on Instagram and pushed it that way, I'd take the latter.
Yeah.
Because look, just getting the email, even if people don't open it, it puts it in their brain subconsciously.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
and
true.
so, write an intriguing subject line, write a preview text that you can see that like kind of almost gray invisible text that kind of leads you, teases you
Yeah.
in the preview of the email.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on your phone where it has
Such
like
a
2 lines, and
tease.
you're like, "Ooh, what's inside?
Yeah.
Is
I mean,
it a
the,
dick in a box?"
The share through headline analyzer deal
Which you crush.
is good for email subject lines. Yeah. Oh, dude, I could do that.
It's good.
100 every time.
It's good, except I think depending on because they try to get you to do a celebrity name, and they try to get you to use some kind of words.
Mhm.
I think the celebrity part sometimes can get you filtered, so I'll try to take that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the only thing.
Yeah, I would say I
For
agree with
SEO
that.
purposes, great.
Right, and they talk about brand names, celebrities. Keep those out of there, but or alert words, fear, things that make people scared, and all that.
Yeah, use look, all the tropes of advertising that have been around Mad Men and before age of like use fear to sell or sense of urgency, scarcity. Look, the Amazon almost out of stock. Are they always almost out of stock
Right.
of everything ever?
Yeah,
They're Amazon.
yeah. And I mean,
I don't even know how
you
they
see
legally.
how big those warehouses are.
I think they do it so they're like, we have one warehouse that has the stuff, and then satellite warehouses where the rest of it is, the rest of
Yes.
that inventory.
Exactly.
So we can say we're almost out of this item.
It'll take like an hour longer to get the other ones.
Hey, people are booking this flight right now. You got to get it. There's only
Right.
3 seats left.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
that
like-
might be true.
It's not. It is not the truth as we see it.
Okay.
It
Newsflash, asshole!
mathematically, it's correct the way they can do it like that, right? They can create the sense of urgency that there's a lot of seats left, but people cancel seats all the time too.
Yeah.
And it's like, but they're not going to be like, hey, there's 10 seats left. 2 people cancel per flight usually, and give you all that info. They're just trying to get you to close.
Yeah.
My thing with Southwest, it used to be this way. I haven't done it in a while. If you looked up a flight, right, you're trying to get the cheapest flight somewhere, you refresh the browser, and then you looked for the flight again. They legally could make that flight go up because they said the demand coming from your IP address, there's more demand coming, so they're dynamically priced. So they just upped it.
What if you clear your browser history?
It would go back down.
Really?
Dude, I
was
never told you
joking
that.
around.
No,
and
I
it's
never
real.
told you that, huh?
Okay. No.
Because they could assume demand's coming in from this area, and it's a dynamic way of pricing. Fucking crazy, right?
Not only is the demand high, but the other person in your house wants to go on this flight.
I heard that 5 years ago. I was like, no fucking way.
That seems
And I did it,
weird.
and I was
but
like, what?
no.
We got a minute left.
Not about there about.
What else we got? I see my friend Rayla. I see you, girl. I don't keep my phone on during the podcast because I'm a professional, but I appreciate you commenting. I'll call you afterwards. Yeah, and just want to say, pour some out for my homie David Straz, R.I.P. Friend of mine, died at 77, but good dude. I liked him. He liked me because I didn't kiss his ass.
Ah.
I think he sold his bank for $600 million a while back, and has
Mm.
been a philanthropist for the last 30 years or so.
Wow. Ran for mayor.
Yeah, people in this area are going to think of him in that election. That sucks because people don't know he was an ambassador for us for like Africa.
Yeah, he waited too long to run for mayor.
Yeah, and look, I tried to help. I actually called them and was like, "Let me help you with your digital for free." Seriously, I'm not even trying to do anything, but I see what you guys are doing. And then I got a guy who looked like Buddy Garrity from Friday Night Lights, their campaign manager.
Yes.
Remember the guy who was like, "Hey, coach, it'd be just good if you didn't." You know that guy, the big
No.
Texan guy. He was on the show and the movie, but their campaign manager looked like that. I'm like, "God, you're doing IP address targeting. That's not gonna do it all, buddy." And he's like, "Yeah, we've been doing this for a while. I think we got it, slugger." And I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
you don't need to call me sport and shit." Right.
That's
So,
cool. Rest in
hey,
peace.
R.I.P. He was good. He was a good guy to me, and did a lot for the city. No one really will ever know about. Kind of like George Steinbrenner. He actually gave a lot away and never told anybody. Everybody thinks he's a dick.
That's the best way.
But all right,
What about
Live
my
up-
sweat equity?
live for today. Then.
Sweat equity.
Sweat equity.
Thank you for joining us on
Sweat
Facebook
equity. My
Live.
sweat equity.
We're on YouTube
My
video,
sweat equity.
iTunes, Spotify,
Little
Laughable,
titties in your mom's word.
Google. Google Play. 8-Track.
What about my sweat equity?